Yes.
Right, all right. So welcome everybody to the Toastmasters for Professionals Club. My name is Toastmaster Milind Patwardhan, and I'm the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. So before we start the meeting, let me also welcome some guests who may have joined today and some Toastmasters from other clubs who have joined this meeting today. Welcome to all of you. We're going to start the meeting, but before that, it's always important that we understand some basic rules that we follow during such a meeting so that we have an orderly meeting and everybody enjoys it. So first and foremost, please turn off your cell phones or set them on a silent mode. Number two, please mute your microphone on the Zoom unless you are instructed by the Toastmaster of the day to unmute yourself. Please keep your video on. Today is Diwali, so it's a festival of lights and we want to see the light on your faces. So please keep your video on unless you have some very serious issue. Do not share your screen unless instructed by the Toastmaster of the day. Kindly refrain from movements that distract the speaker. In case you have to move, just put your video off, move, and then get your video on back. You can use emojis, thumbs up, and claps to react during the meeting, which you should do because, as they say, feedback is very important for a speaker. Feedback is the breakfast of champions, they say. And therefore, your feedback is extremely valuable. So please liberally use the emojis. For role players and speakers, please pin the timer so that you know your timing properly. When you begin speaking, the correct protocol that you have to follow is to greet in the following manner. Good morning, presiding officer, or good evening, good afternoon, whatever you can. Presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Maintain a broad smile throughout the meeting. Now, before we go further, let's understand what is the mission statement of any Toastmasters club. So please listen to this very carefully, attentively, because this is like our pledge or our motto of any Toastmasters club. So the Toastmaster Club mission statement reads as follows. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. As I move further, before I hand it over, today is a very special meeting because today is one of the days of a very important festival, which is observed not just in India, but now almost worldwide, any part of the world. People do enjoy, celebrate Diwali. And today is the time, this meeting today is being held on one of the auspicious days of Diwali, and we got some wonderful speeches. The Toastmaster today is going to tell us various things about what Diwali is all about. And therefore, I do not want to steal the thunder away from Ekta and tell you anything as we go along. I am sure she is going to tell us various aspects of Diwali, some of them even I may not be knowing. So to get the meeting started, may I now welcome on stage our acting presiding officer, distinguished Toastmaster Pramod. Over to you, Pramod. Enjoy the meeting.
Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today we have a very special meeting. Ours is a very unique club. We have members from all continents, all religions, and we celebrate all festivals. Diwali, of course, is the largest festival celebrated by Indians all over the world. So what is Diwali? Diwali is the festival of lights. We South Indians call Deepavali, and in the north side of India, it is called Diwali. There are a lot of legends associated with Diwali, mostly religious stories. I'm sure that the Toastmaster of the day would be discussing some of the legends, and I don't want to spill the beans since I'm not sure what she has prepared to talk about on Diwali. But I'll tell you one legend associated with Diwali, which is very popular, and I'm sure that most of you know about it. In India, we have two epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, just like Iliad and Odyssey for the Greeks. So it is a legend associated with Ramayana. A prince was asked to go for an exile for 13 years along with his wife as part of a power struggle between the family members. And it is the story of his coming back after 13 years, which is popularly celebrated as Diwali. But how do we celebrate Diwali? We celebrate Diwali by lighting this diyas, so that you can see on the background. So this is a small diya made of terracotta. We put oil and we light it. And if you look at India from a long distance, you will see that India is illuminating with the billions of lights. And light has some significance, not some, greater significance in every religion. Whether it is the religion of the Parsis, whether it is Muslims, Christians, Hindus, light has a significant role because it removes the darkness. So I would like to see Diwali in a philosophical way. Look at the way how Lord Sri Ram went to the forest. He was followed by his wife and his brother. When he was asked to go for an exile, his wife said, I will also follow you because I'm your wife. And his dedicated brother also said, I also want to come with you. The order of their going into the dense and thick coarse forest is very important. First, it was Lakshman, and the brother. He walks, followed by Sita, then Sri Ram. So there is a philosophical significance to this order. Lakshman signifies Lakshya or aim or goal. We all hear with some sort of goal. And Sita signifies divinity or spirituality. And Sri Ram is the protector and he goes after spirituality. So in everybody's life, we need to have a Lakshya followed by a mind or a divinity supported by the Lord. So that is the significance of this order. And if you break up the word Ramayana, the meaning is Ra means darkness, Mayan means remove. So Ramayan means remove the darkness from everybody's life. The darkness can be ignorance, it can be wilderness, it can be ego, it can be any other emotions which hampers your personality or which destroys your personality as a human being. So while lighting the diyas and illuminating our house, meeting our relatives, sharing our food, wearing new clothes and feeling afresh, we are reinforcing the fact that the world is much more beautiful place when we come together to celebrate. So that is the significance of Diwali. And I wish all of you a happy Diwali from India, from on behalf of all my Indian Toastmasters. And I'm sure that you will go back and explore more about Diwali after listening the stories, the legends, and all other fun and furor associated with by Ekta. With a huge round of applause, let me welcome the Toastmaster of the day for today's special meeting, Toastmaster Ekta Agarwal. Over to you, Ekta.
Thank you so much, Pramod, for such a warm description of Diwali. Diwali is astronomically celebrated on the darkest night of the year, in the Hindu month of Kartika, on the no moon night. Diwali is a combination of two words, Deep and Ali, which means the line of diyas that you see. Diyas illuminate the house, and they illuminate the country. As of now, it's illuminating the entire world on that specific night to signify health, prosperity, and success. Diwali has many legends attached to it. and is celebrated across the country in various aspects. Today, I would like to talk mostly about the Lakshmi Puja. In the Hindu philosophy, there is a trinity, which is the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer are the three main powers, supported by their wives, and Lakshmi is the consort of the preserver, which is Vishnu, and Lakshmi signifies, since Vishnu is more around preserving the entire or preserving the entire uh, world. Lakshmi is supporting him in terms of providing wealth, beauty, love, and to draw a parallel to explain what Lakshmi is, in the Western philosophy, the Venus is significator of love, beauty, and wealth and prosperity. So we can, I mean, not entirely, but we can draw some parallels to Venus as the goddess Lakshmi that we call in India. In terms of goddess Lakshmi, there are 8 forms of wealth. We believe that wealth is not just in one form, it has multiple forms. First one is Adi Lakshmi, which is wealth of beginnings, wisdom, and knowledge. The second is Dhanalakshmi, which is financial success, abundance, and material possessions. Third is Dhanya Lakshmi, which is blesses with abundant crop, food, and nourishment. Gajalakshmi is the wealth of power and strength. Santana Lakshmi is the wealth of progeny and fertility. Veera Lakshmi, wealth of courage, valor, and bravery. Vidya Lakshmi, which is intellect, learning, and spiritual growth. And Vijay Lakshmi, which is triumph, accomplishment, and success in various aspects of life. So we believe that wealth should come not in just one form, in all 8 forms, in all our lives. And Diwali is a festival which is celebrated through 5 days, celebrating the union of Vishnu and Lakshmi. The day one is when Lakshmi emerges through the churning of the ocean. Lakshmi is brought to the world, and then she chooses Vishnu. And since it's the birth of Lakshmi, the day one of the festival is called Dhanteras. On this day, we believe investing in gold, silver, or utensils brings us prosperity. And it is in significance of ensuring that everyone should save and invest for a long-term growth, and Lakshmi should come in the form of Achal Lakshmi, which is immobile or the fixed assets, not just fluid assets. We should invest in more Lakshmi, which will stay with you for a longer term. So that is the significance of Dhanteras, which is day one of Diwali. Day two of Diwali, which is also called as Narka Chaturdashi, which is on the 14th day of the festival, just before the new moon night. It is believed there were a lot of demon powers that arose on that night, and we were protected by their annihilations by Krishna or by Kali. In multiple regions, we celebrate it differently. This day is also the significator of ensuring beauty. There are in South India, they believe in oil bath and herbal bath, so that you take care of your body, which is very important aspect of your life. I will cover the remaining days, or the third, fourth, and fifth days in the coming section. I would now want to introduce the timer for today. second, sorry. Karthik, can you please introduce yourself and your role?
Hello, Toastmasters. My role, what Diwali? I'm going to speak about Diwali, the festival of lights. As Ikta and Pramod already mentioned so many things about this point, I'm in the same line to discuss how we are going to celebrate and why the specific reason we are celebrating this Diwali. Diwali, the
Karthik,
auspicious Hindu. Hello,
I wanted you to introduce yourself as the timer for today.
timer. Okay, can you give me a second? I need the PDF. Can someone please share this timer PDF? Sorry, I'm a bit confused here because
Okay, no
there
problem.
are
No problem. Maybe you're not aware of that. That's fine. The role of the timer is to make sure that we are on track on whenever we are trying to communicate what we have to say. Just say, for instance, you are talking to a very senior person in your organization. You don't have enough time to convince you on what you're trying to set up. So you just need to be saying. You just need to share the gist of that. Likewise, in order to make sure that we are communicating our idea in the right time, we need to make sure that we prepare and present ourselves. And Toastmaster is the platform for that. Today, we are going to allow our prepared speakers to talk for 5 to 7 minutes. They have to make sure that they are able to convey their meaning within the 5 to 7 minute time frame. 5 minutes is when they qualify for that particular project. 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. That means they have to start winding up. And then at the 7 minute, you will see the red card. That means that your allocated time is done. That being said, that is for the prepared speeches. Likewise, we have impromptu speaking, that is the table topics. The time allocated for that will be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, you have to make sure that you have conveyed and you will be qualified for that particular section. At 1.5 minutes, that is at 90-second mark, you'll be seeing the yellow card, and at the 2 minute mark, you'll be seeing the red card. The red card basically means that you have the allocated time is completed and you need to wind up as soon as possible. And we will be sharing the timer report at the end of the meet when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. That is the role of timer, and I'll hand it back to Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Shihas. I would now like to invite speaker one for today, and that is SK Rehmat. Before that, I would want to call out the evaluator for speaker one. Shihas, can you introduce the speaker?
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Ekta. We have Toastmaster Rehmat. She is a visiting Toastmaster from KWS Silver Tongue Toastmasters Club. She is currently pursuing the pathways for leadership development and will be attempting her level 2 project 2 speech that talks about understanding your leadership style. The purpose of this speech is to understand the speaker's primary leadership style and share some aspects of the primary leadership style and discuss the leadership styles in general. I wish Toastmaster Ahmed all the very best. I will be sharing my evaluation at later point when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. And with that, I just hand it back to Toastmaster Ekta for inviting Toastmaster Ahmed for a speech.
Just
Taste
one
of
clarification she has. Who's the timer? Is it Lisa or Karthik?
So I can't do timing and also be an event. Well, I could.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay.
Thank you.
So you want me to do timer?
Yeah. Yes, Lisa, if
So,
you could.
and
please.
you also want me to do evaluation for speech 3?
Yes, please.
So
yes,
both.
please. Yeah.
You guys are getting your money's worth tonight. Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be leaving my hand raised because that will keep me in the upper left-hand corner. And I
Yeah,
will
that
not be keeping my Diwali up. I'll be keeping my timing up.
yeah, appreciate.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Toastmaster S.K. Rahmat, taste of being a leader, the taste of being a leader, Toastmaster S.K. Rahmat. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day, for your introduction. Okay. Greetings to fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Being a leader is a good or bad? Being a leader is a tasty thing or a salty thing? Okay. I will tell you in my story. I'm a girl who is scared of saying any word to anything. I used to think being a leader is like, oh God, we can't do this. If we do anything later, we have to guide them, we have to mentor them. At that time, we have to suffer. People may not like us. People think that she is doing too much. They may talk behind us. Like that, I used to think every time. So, whenever I used to get any opportunity to become a leader, I used to run out of that class or out of that place. Like that, I used to continue. So, I won't get any opportunity to become as a leader. One day, suddenly, my teacher decided me to represent as class representative to other classes. Literally, I went to Dynama. I was so scared. As I mentioned you before, I don't like to be a leader. So I went to my class teacher and I said, Ma'am, please excuse me. I'm not interested in taking any class representative or class leader. She said, what's the reason? Ma'am, I said, Ma'am, literally, I'm not fit to that class. She said, without doing any work or without involvement of your work, how can you think that you are not fit? So I said, no, ma'am, I can't do it. I'm not capable of that. I may not control the entire class. If I tell anything to her class, they may think bad about me. No, I can't do it. She said, Rehmat, if you not face any challenges now, how can you face challenges in future? If you are not strong enough now, how can you strong enough? If you are not guiding literally 60 members in your class, how will you face the whole society, your family, if every people in this world? Then she said, she holding my hands and said, trust yourself, be good and always do good. Then she went off out of the class. Then I thought for a while and said, okay, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. Why can't I? Okay, just I can give myself like that. My heart is saying, yes, you can do it. So I accepted to represent as class representative. At starting days, my days was not good. Everybody are blaming me. Oh, you can't do it, you can't do it, like that. But the only thing is my confidence and my strongness help me in the journey. Days are going like that with a very smooth and soft way. But suddenly, one day my teacher said to keep the question papers with us, which was going to conduct an exam in 2 days after. So she said, I trusted you, Rahmat. Just keep these answer sheets in the staff room. So I just said, ma'am, I never misuse the trust of a person who has been blind trusted me. So I taken that answer sheet and kept in the staff room. Days went off, and 2 days, here is the day of our exam. My teacher said, Rahmat, go and bring the answer sheet. I said, okay, ma'am. When I went to the staff room, and suddenly I opened the cupboard. All the things were the answer sheet which have been kept in the cupboard was missing. I was literally started to crying because at that time I just kept my that answer sheet in the cupboard, but no, it was missing. I was thinking, what happened? What happened? Okay. Then I came towards my teacher and said, "Ma'am, the papers are not. The papers are missing." She said, "What are you saying, Rahman?" "Yes, ma'am. The day I have kept that papers in the cupboard, but now they are missing." Suddenly, my friend, who is always jealous of me and even more jealous after I became his class representative, she came and said, "Ma'am, Rehmat only hide that paper and she want to score top marks. You know that she don't like that subject." I was so shocked that I thought that my she's my best friend and she's my best wisher and she's saying these words in front of me. Yes, of course. I said to my teacher that, yes, of course, I don't like that subject. It means that I will do like these things. Then my teacher thought for a while, and me and my teacher and my cunning friend both went to the staff room where all CCTV footages are available. Then the person who is in charge in the CCTV, he opened all the cameras. The thief has been caught. My cunning friend, my jealousy friend is the one who is the reason behind of missing the answer sheet. My teacher said that, okay, she's doing leadership and she is dominating. If she's doing any leadership means she's not dominating. She's just a pillar of me and you. Just she is guiding you. That's it. In the sense you can do like this. My teacher said like this. Then I thought that, okay, when you do good, the good will return into 100 times. When you do bad, the bad will return into 10,000 times. So always be good. Leadership is not any dominating thing or any kind of I am the king, you are the queen. Not at all like that. It's just a thing that you need to guide the people who a little lack of little knowledge. That's it. And always be a person who can be a leader with the students. You make all the people leader with your calmness and strongness. That's it. And over to you, table topic master of the day.
Thank you, Remit, for the wonderful speech of your journey of leadership
First
and
of all,
dual
sorry.
tasted leadership.
I'm so sorry.
Now I would like to call upon speaker two, but before that, evaluator for speaker two. Speaker two is John Curtis, and Lisa is. Can you please introduce the speaker and the topic?
I believe
I
speaker.
think speaker 2 is Karthik. Karthik is speaker 2. John is speaker 3.
So I
Okay.
introduce Karthik. Karthik, he joined our club a few months ago, and today I have the privilege of evaluating him. Karthik, Diwali, the Festival of Lights. Diwali, the Festival of Lights. Karthik. Oh, Karthik.
Karthik, the stage is yours, Karthik.
The auspicious Hindu festival, Diwali, also known as Deepavali. Deepavali is word derived from Sanskrit. It literally means the row of lights. It is celebrated not only India, it is celebrated all around the world. With this sentence, I invite you Toastmasters and fellow guests, Toastmasters and guests. Let's understand, why do we celebrate this Diwali? Diwali is a 5 days festival. According to the legends, Lord Rama, the princess of Ayodhya, returned home after his 14 years of Vanavasa and defeating Ravana, the king of Sri Lanka, on this auspicious occasion day Diwali. People of along with people of Ayodhya started where people of Ayodhya lightened the streets and every home of Ayodhya with a row of lights to welcome Lord Rama, Ma Sita, and Lakshmana. This tradition continued till today. On this day, people celebrate and worship prosperity by praying Goddess Lakshmi. Lakshmi is a goddess of wealth and goddess of girl. And people also do pujas for Lord Ganesha. Meanwhile, Diwali is also a auspicious time for Hindus to bring new luck and prosperity. Thus, the, thus there are so many new beginnings, new oh, so many new events, so many new financial ventures, so many new businesses will start on this occasional day. It also boosts the sense of community in between people by sharing gifts, eating delicious food, get togethers with colorful lights, and exchanging gifts. This is a 5 days festival, starting with people buy new clothes and they decorate their houses with rangoli and colors. They clean their houses. On the day of Diwali, people start firing crackers, light up the sky with all crackers. This Diwali falls on no moon day, according to the Hindu calendar. This Diwali is so special that on this auspicious day, the foundation of Golden Temple has took place. This Diwali is marked with different names in different countries. It's not celebrated only in India. For example, it is celebrated in Nepal as Tihar, in Malaysia as Hari Diwali, in Thailand as Lim Kiyog, the light lamps of banyan tree. Not only in India, UK people also celebrate this Diwali in a huge way. Thousands of people come on roads, come to celebrate this Diwali and enjoy a night light and music and dancing. In in Bengal, people worship Ma Kali on this day because Diwali is known for defeating evil. Upon defeating evil, getting knowledge over negligence. In in Nepal, they worship Lord Krishna on this auspicious day. So in conclusion, Diwali is not more about crackers and all. It's all beyond gifts, crackers and distribution gifts. Beyond all of this, Diwali is more about spreading kindness and love and spreading with your people and your loved ones. So start celebrating your Diwali by understanding what are the important things which we do on this 5 days, as our Toastmaster Agarwal already discussed with you. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Karthik, for sharing Diwali Festival of Lights. Now I would like to call upon the speaker 3, John Curtis. And to introduce John, may I call upon Lisa?
Okay, so I feel like I'm juggling a lot. Let me turn my here. All right. Hi everybody. So okay, the title of John's speech is Slick Willie is a smash mouth nice guy. His path is effective coaching level 2, learning your style, understanding your leadership style. Do I read his intro or someone else does?
I think you should.
Okay. Thank you. So a good leader can have a lasting impact on those he or she leads. While assessing his own leadership style, John has concluded that his style is an amalgam of different styles, each style influenced by past mentors. So without further ado, let's welcome John. Slick Willie is a smash mouth nice guy. Slick Willie is a smash mouth nice guy, John.
Well, thank you, Madam Evaluator.
fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Have you ever worked for a manager who made you think, now that's how it's done? Early in my career, when I needed guidance the most, I worked for a company that allowed me to develop my management and leadership skills. I worked for that company for about 10 years and had the opportunity to work with various project managers and program directors. And I have to say, not one was alike. My speech today is on the different leadership styles that have influenced me the most. I've divided them into 3 categories. I found that categorizing these leadership styles was an easy task, as my previous mentors provided prime examples. As a disclaimer, the terminology I will use to describe these styles is my own and not necessarily in sync with the Pathways Project terminology. So let me list out the 3 leadership styles that I feel encompasses the essence of the managers and directors who set examples and influenced my leadership style in the workplace. The names I have given them are Slick Willie, Mr. Nice Guy, and Smash Mouth.
Oh,
I would describe
yeah.
these traits as 3 separate vertices of a triangle. As you may know, the triangle is the most stable geometrical shape. I see elements of each style relying on the other to make for a well-rounded leader, each useful depending on the situation that I might find myself in. I'll start off with the Slick Willie style, which is modeled from a manager I felt first adopted me into his team. To me, Slick Willie is not a derogatory term. In my opinion, this style reflects a personality type that is intelligent and can influence others by dazzling them with brilliance or baffling them with, well, you know. In other words, he has strong communication skills and has the charisma to sell just about any idea. One drawback is that others might find you a bit unctuous if you only focus on the business end of things and not personalizing your approach. My takeaway from this style is that the confidence you portray and the craft knowledge you can demonstrate is commensurate to the support and influence you will have. Now we come to the Mr. Nice Guy style. When I first started working overseas, I was eventually brought into an operations role. The program director who gave me this opportunity was a man short in stature, but big at heart. He was the kind of person that everybody liked. He was an effective leader because he was so darn polite in his direction and fair-handed with how he dealt with those under his charge. On top of that, he was very reasonable and logical. So when decisions had to be made, it was easy to understand his thought process. One drawback I saw to this style was because he was so nice, it appeared that the client had their way with him. But really, at the end of the day, he would get what he wanted out of the client. And bottom line is he would get more business for the company. My takeaway here is likability is an important trait for a leader. Lastly, I want to share one of the more straightforward styles I think is needed under certain circumstances. This is the Smash Mouth style. Let me ask, what do you think about when you hear the term Smash Mouth? I think of a 1940s football player, American football, aggressive and confrontational. And that was one way to describe my program manager from Alabama. He was a burly man with a big smile and a boisterous laugh. I'm sure he would have been a politician had life dealt him a different hand. His style of leadership was big on grip and grin while keeping you laughing with humor. He was an extrovert, no doubt, but behind those pearly whites was a 230-pound linebacker ready to take out the competition and dissenters from within our organization. My takeaway from working with him was how to smile while being firm. Correcting the situation when someone's trying to undermine you and setting clear boundaries in the workplace, both with the client and with dissenters from within our own, and with those working under you. And not to let politics affect how you lead. Over time, I've developed my own leadership and management style, much of which aligns with my own personality. In my experience, it's been as important that you understand your own strengths and weaknesses, just as it is to understand the strengths and weaknesses of those working for you. I'm grateful to having been exposed to strong leaders whose different styles have allowed me to develop a more holistic approach. As the dynamics change from project to project or from leadership role to leadership role, being able to use different leadership styles has helped me greatly. So, how have I applied what I've learned from past mentors? Some of the more recent past management roles that I've experienced has been as a secondee to the client. This meant that I was empowered by the client to oversee performance, but I was not the client, and the contractor did not work for me or my company directly. Additionally, a common challenge would be that I encountered contractors with underdeveloped safety management systems, which meant I had to help develop these systems, which complicated things. The way I'd sway the contractor was to develop relationships with their management and act as a coach and mentor to develop their systems to be on par with the client expectations. Sometimes they'd play ball, and other times I needed to influence the contractor by going directly to their senior leadership and holding them accountable for meeting contract requirements. It's a balancing act, showing the contractor how to do it the right way, holding them accountable, and recognizing their effort and achievements along the way. So I'd say in the end, there's a bit of slick Willie, smash mouth, and Mr. Nice Guy needed to achieve success. As I continue to develop as a regional director working with diverse groups of individuals, I will not only use what I have learned in the past, but strive to learn from those I lead. I've found that being an effective leader requires a certain amount of evolving oneself. In closing, to quote a former General Electric CEO, before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John, for the wonderful speech on leadership styles. Now I would like to call upon the table topic master, Milind, to introduce himself.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Ekta, and thank you, speakers, for the wonderful speeches. So, continuing with our theme, which Ekta is trying to expound about Diwali, I'm going to be the table topic master, and the topics that I'm going to give are going to be a little around festivals. Okay. So let me first tell you, how many of us over here are non-Toastmasters? I mean, Arthur, Kevin, Dulanji, Claire, can you just raise your hands if you are non-Toastmasters, so that I can explain the rules a little elaborately. Arthur, Dulanji, you are not a Toastmaster, right? Yet. You've been attending our meetings. Karthik, you are not a Toastmaster. Okay. What about Arthur and Kevin? Claire?
Well, I am not, but
Okay.
very soon.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Arthur. And okay, Kevin, what about you? Claire, are you a Toastmaster, Claire?
I'm not a Toastmaster either.
Okay, so first of all, a warm welcome to all of you who have come to our club today on this auspicious day of Diwali. So I am going to be the table topic master. Now, what is a table topic master, or what are table topics? Table topics are topics given in a Toastmasters meeting where a speaker is suddenly called upon to speak extempore in an impromptu manner. Now try to put yourself in your organization. Sometimes suddenly your boss calls you, or those of us who are married, suddenly your wife throws a bouncer at you asking some question, and you have to be prepared to give her a proper, cogent, safe, defensive answer by thinking a little and in a short way. So table topics is basically helps you build up your ability to speak impromptu. So I'm going to give you some topics, and I'm going to first make one of our experienced Toastmaster to talk on the topic so that we understand. So how do we do it? You get 1 to 2 minutes to speak, meaning when I give you a topic, you have about 20 seconds to think about it, and then you speak on the topic. You speak for a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes. If you go beyond 2 minutes, you have a grace of another 30 seconds. So the timer will show a green card when you have completed 1 minute, so which means that you know that you have completed the minimum expected time for which you have to speak. When she shows yellow, that means you have covered 1 minute 30 seconds. And at red, at 2 minutes, she will show a red card, which means that you have to now stop in the next 15 minutes. So this is how we do it. Is everybody clear? Are all the non-Toastmasters clear about the rules? Because I'm going to call you, okay? I'm not just explaining you for the sake of explaining. I'm going to call some of you because you have come here and you should enjoy Toastmasters meeting, and you will enjoy it only if you try to come and speak. And we want to give you an opportunity to enjoy by coming and speaking. So let's first listen to an experienced Toastmaster. So I'm going to give a topic to an experienced Toastmaster so that she shows us how you can handle table topics. So the experienced Toastmaster I'm going to call is none other than Dr. Mary Thomas. Doctor, are you around? Dr. Mary Thomas, are you there?
I don't see her in the meeting.
No, she's there in the meeting. But
oh, I see her.
There she is.
I'm here. I'm just handling some BPE work.
Yeah, but you can try a topic, right, Mary?
Sure. Go
okay.
ahead.
So the topic for you, Mary, is we've been talking about Diwali, and Diwali is victory of the good things over the evil things, But then every time a Rama will not come, right? You have to be your own Rama at times. So the topic for you, Dr. Mary Thomas, is power of choosing between evil and good lies within you. Power of choosing between evil and good lies within you, Dr. Mary Thomas.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Definitely, without a shadow of doubt, the power of reigning and wielding what is good definitely lies within all of us. It is interesting to note that I avoid using the word evil. I don't believe in duality. I'm a person who believes in non-duality. What does that mean? What it means is that if there is no light, when we talk about duality, let me explain that bit. When we talk about duality, it means you believe in good and evil, in light and darkness, in sickness and in health. That's the meaning of duality. I do not believe in duality. Therefore, for me, I do not see that part of the darkness. To me, it's light and not enough light. It's health and not enough health. There's just a little difference between someone who is in the light and someone who is not. Therefore, the word evil doesn't even exist in my vocabulary. What I'm trying to say here is that also, I think in my last speech, I mentioned I'm a humanist. I believe that all of us have good in us. The only difference is how much of good and how much of not good. Now, if we try to work and get ourselves into the part where we are more good than less good, I think we have survived as a human race. The problem now is there's a huge disparity in the consciousness of who is good and who is less good. That's where strife thrives. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. So did all the non-Toastmasters and also the Toastmasters understand how to handle a topic? Thank you so much, Mary. In such a short time, she told us so much. But she's an experienced Toastmaster. She is a distinguished Toastmaster. And therefore, naturally, that is expected out of her. But all of us are not. So those of you who are here new today, don't worry about it. Okay, we are here sitting in a closed room. Whatever happens in this room stays in this room. Okay, so I can see Claire thoughtfully putting her hands on her chin. So Claire, where are you from?
Hello everyone. I'm from England, but I live in Australia.
You live in Australia. So do you have the
Yeah.
Halloween festival followed there also?
Halloween, did you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The Halloween.
it is over here. It's not maybe as big as what it is in America, but it is over here, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so I'll not ask you about Halloween. Claire, I want you to describe in this next 2 minutes any festival which you enjoy and how you enjoy it. And if there are some lessons from that enjoyment, please tell us about it. Are you clear about the topic, Claire?
Yes, I'm clear about
yeah,
it.
any festival which you enjoy, why you enjoy, how you enjoy. Just tell us very briefly in about 2 minutes. And over to you, Claire.
Okay. I guess off the top of my head, what I could think would be St. Patrick's Day Festival. So my grandparents are all Irish, but I was brought up in England. And I was brought up in a place in Birmingham where there's quite a lot of Irish descendants. So for me, celebrating St. Patrick's Day is a really good way to keep in contact and in touch with like my heritage and the Irish culture. So what usually happens in Birmingham is there's a massive parade that takes place through the streets. There's lots of Irish music playing, and everybody gets involved. When I was younger, I also like participated in the festival, and I was like involved in the procession and stuff. And then usually after, everybody goes out and like as per Irish tradition as well, usually has some drinks and stuff together. So I really enjoy it because it keeps me in contact with that part of my family and heritage, and it's a really fun day, which is yeah, it's great to celebrate every year.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you. And by the way, can you just tell me when does St. Patrick Day fall? Is it on a particular day of a year or?
Yeah, it's March the 17th.
March the 17th. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So like, Pramod said, in this club, we have got people from all parts of the world. And this, I'm just trying to use this opportunity to know festivals from various parts of the world. Yeah. So we have here today a young lady who comes from a beautiful island country. And the country is none other than Sri Lanka. And the lady is none other than Dulanji, who's been coming here to our club. And today I'm going to give her a topic. Dulanji, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, tell us about some festival which you enjoy in Sri Lanka. What is the day? Why do you enjoy? What is the background of that festival? And if there are any lessons from it, please tell us in this next 2 minutes. Dulanji.
Okay, thank you. We are a multicultural country, so we are celebrating Diwali as well. Our Hindu people, we are celebrating Diwali as well. And as Sinhalese, I'm very fond of one festival. It is Sinhala Tamil New Year. We are celebrating our New Year actually in April. April 13th and 14th, we are celebrating our New Year. So that festival, we are celebrating all the things, our agricultural, successful in agriculture and other thing as well. So in that festival, we are preparing the sweets, and actually that is the opportunity to gather everyone, every family member into one house, and we are celebrating all the things, and we are doing things in a particular time. We are eating as a whole country. We are eating at a very particular time, and also we are doing other things like we are giving, and we are paying our gratitude to animals who help us with agriculture, and we are playing many games actually. That is it's a way to celebrate our culture actually, and we are helping poor, and we are giving foods and other necessary things to poor people, and that's the main festival in our country. And there are so many other things also. We are celebrating Lord Buddha's birth in Vesak festival, and we have special parades with the elephants and dances and all the things. We are celebrating Lord Buddha's birth on Vesak festival. Like that, we are having so many festivals. Thank you.
Thank you, Dulanji. Thank you. Wonderful. So we're going to look forward to it 13th and 14th of April. See, I hope you are there in our club by then. Okay.
Yes.
Please join and stay there, stay in our club. Okay. So I'm going to give another one topic. Is that okay, Ekta? Are you good in terms of time? We are 1 hour. So
Yes, Milind.
yeah, one or two topics also you will allow?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So who wants to take the next one? Non-Toastmaster, Toastmaster. Yeah, okay, Arthur. Arthur, where are you from? Which part of the world are you in now?
Hi, I'm from China.
Okay, wonderful. So and you're a non-Toastmaster, right? And you understood what you have to do in this brief time, correct?
I think so. I have been a guest few times to other clubs.
Okay, wonderful. So, Arthur, like Dulanji just now said, during these festivals, exchange of gifts is a very common thing. You like, for example, even in Diwali, just, I don't know, Ekta is going to talk about it, but there are 2 days. One day, today is a day when it's very dangerous for all the husbands, because the husbands are supposed to give a gift to their wife. Okay, that's in the western part of India where I come from. Today is the day when the husband gives a gift to the wife, and tomorrow is a wonderful day when the brothers give gift to their sisters. Okay, so gifts is a common element in any festival, whether it is Dulanji or Claire or Diwali or wherever, correct? So tell us, Arthur, among the festivals that you follow in China, and you would have probably got a gift from someone sometime. Yeah. What is that one gift that you remember and you cherish from the bottom of your heart, which you will always think of when we talk of gifts? Over to you, Arthur. You have got 2 minutes to talk, and you got 15 seconds to think. Okay, so take your time. No hurry.
Well, hi, fellows. Good to see you guys. And there are so many festivals in China, which I don't know them very much. So, I didn't typically receive gifts from others too. And but there was a gift which I liked the most. Well, my job is an English teacher, and I'm teaching students English, and also to be more specifically, it's like a tutor to help Chinese students to improve their English, and I got a young boy, and his name is Levi, and I learned his dad was in the last stage of cancer. So I prepared some gifts to his mom, and then I learned his dad passed away a few days ago, and I discussed with my wife. And we decided to give him a tuition free to study with me for about a year, and the young boy turned out to be very grateful, and I learned that from his from his response to me. Before, he's kind of rebellious, but then he kind of coordinated with me very carefully and respectfully. And then there was a time I really want to eat certain kind of chicken that is kind of like a local chicken, but I think around me and I don't have this kind of context to know where and how to get that kind of chicken, but everything is in my mind. But during the Chinese New Year, then his mom came to visit us and to bring this kind of chicken to us, and it's locally raised. And that's the most precious and delicious gift I have ever received in my life. Thank you all.
Wonderful, Arthur. What a touching story. Yeah, I mean, in India, the teacher is considered next to God. You have the first is the mother, teacher, and God. Those are the real people. Yeah, and teacher, and there is a specific festival in India where you celebrate teachers, or you show respect to teachers. It is called Guru Purnima, and so you are a wonderful example of a wonderful teacher, Arthur, and I salute you, and thank you very much for a wonderful rendition of a table topic. Thank you. Okay, so who goes next? I can see Mr. Karthik Murkeshan wondering whether I am going to be called or not called. Karthik, where are you from?
I'm from India. Currently, I'm in California working
California.
here.
Which part of California? We are getting closer now. Even I'm in California.
Oh, San Jose East.
Oh, San Jose East. I am in South San Francisco. So we can hear each
Wow.
other, maybe. Okay, Karthik, I am on a little vacation and I really enjoyed a wonderful festival a few days back, and I'm sure you also have enjoyed it since you're living, and that's the Halloween festival. Yeah. So can you describe a little about what you understand about Halloween festival, how they celebrate it, and whether you celebrated or your family celebrated? Tell us about the Halloween festival. By the way, the Halloween festival, Claire, is on 31st of October. Okay, so just about 12 days back or 13 days back, it was celebrated in a big way. And I really, first time I was in USA, and I enjoyed it. Over to you, Karthik. You got 2 minutes.
Okay. So this is my first year in US, so I have observed the Halloween festival, and I have two kids who actually followed the tradition of dressing up and going to the homes. So what I observed, and I'm going to make a story of my own. It might not be factual. So what I think is this festival signifies the tradition of Judgment Day, which is culturally believed in most of the Abrahamic religions and the cultural traditions. So Halloween, I think, is people dress up as if they are coming out of their coffins. So the Judgment Day is today, and if you are getting scared, then you are getting tricked. And the kids have a funny way of dressing up like people who are from the coffins, knocking the doors. I think they do it so that they want to go back to the real life with the judgment saying that I'm good enough to take another rebirth or continue the life. I think continue the life. So then the people give chocolates to welcome them back home. And that's what I quickly made up on observation. And the most fun-filling experience for the kids is that they take huge monumental effort to scare the old people, means like me or bigger people, by putting up some toys, putting up some spiders, designing some small robots out of their own curious minds. So that's one pleasant memory which is etched, like these kids trying to do their best to scare. That's it.
Thank you, Karthik. You summarized it very well. Toastmaster of the day. Allow me one more topic, okay? Because there's another very nice festival coming in another 10 days time, and I can see Shanda just waiting, to take a table topic. So Shanda, I am not going to even name the festival. It's going to come, I think, in another 10 days time. Correct?
Yes.
So this time I'm not even going to tell the table topic. The speaker itself will talk about the festival and tell us more about it. Over to you, Shanda.
So the festival that's coming is next week on Thursday, and that is Thanksgiving Day. So that is where we celebrate here in the US our thanks and our gratefulness. At least that's what I do, although I try to practice that year round. And it's actually one of my favorite holidays because I get to spend it with family, and I love my family and I don't get to see them often. We celebrate with a big meal, and I mean turkey, lots of turkey. So we are exhausted with all that melatonin by the end of the day. And my favorite that my mom makes since I was a child is yams with apples and cinnamon and marshmallows on top. Oh my gosh, I could eat that all the time. And she only makes it on Thanksgiving. So that's like, I don't care about anything else. I have a plate of that. And then my family likes to bring all different dishes. So we have one of my husband's favorite is green bean casserole. And we just eat and eat and eat. And we talk and we play games. And we celebrate how happy we are to be in each other's company. And we go around our family and say what we're grateful for to keep us in the right frame of mind. And it's just such a wonderful celebration of all of our family members. And not only that, but then I get to look forward to eating something really delicious once a year. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, Shanda. So thank you very much, everybody. I think you all would have realized that what is in the name, Shakespeare said. Somebody calls it Diwali, somebody calls it Halloween Day, somebody calls it Thanksgiving Day, somebody calls it Eid. It really doesn't matter. Festivals are for celebration. And to hear more about Diwali, back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ekta Agarwal. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies, for the opportunity to give you table topics.
Thank you, Milind, for the wonderful session of table topics where we went round the world celebrating and understanding the various festivals. Really enjoyed it. I would now call upon evaluator 1, Shihas, to give the evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ekta. Fellow Toastmasters, guest, and dear Rahmat. I am here to evaluate the speech that Rahmat had presented on understanding your leadership style. Rahmat, you did start off with some question that was towards leadership, but that did caught my attention. But what I was looking for is like after that questions, like just like a Diwali cracker burst and there's light, right? I thought that your camera would be on and you will be then talking more about your leadership style. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And because of that, I believe I missed your eye contact, the various body language, gestures, or any drama that you were trying to portray as part of your speech when you were trying to talk about your leadership style based on the stories that you were trying to present. So I would highly recommend that please redo this project, come back and give more examples on the leadership styles that you yourself as a person in like found after going through the project manual. Like there are various leadership style, like we had John who spoke about various leadership styles, say for instance democratic, being authoritative, or any other leadership style that you think that you fall into, or then talk more on that. So I would really love to hear back from you with your camera on and some more anecdotes from the leadership style that you follow or you fall in based on the manual that Toastmasters has prescribed. That's all from my side. I'm eagerly waiting for your next speech, and I hand it back to Toastmaster Ekta.
Thank you, Shihas. And I would like to call upon Memo to evaluate the second speaker, Karthik.
Of course. Let me. Okay, I see you now, Karthik. Karthik, yesterday we practiced your speech, and watching you speak, you blew me away. I remember seeing your icebreaker speech, which I liked, but yesterday and today, looking back at that first speech, I saw a big change. You seemed a lot more relaxed and confident. I understood you very, very clearly, and I like that you stood up. When you stand up, you get more energy, and so you give more energy to the crowd. I learned a lot about Diwali thanks to you. For example, that people in Nepal celebrate Diwali. I didn't know that. I have one piece of advice for you. Vocal range. We talked about it yesterday, and although I saw an improvement today, I encourage you to go even further with it. Let loose even more and increase it. Try some vocal exercises. They personally helped me a lot. I loved how clear and calm your speech was, and I look forward to hearing your next speech. Thank you, Karthik, for allowing me to evaluate you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, James. Thank you for
Thank you, James. Now I would like to call upon Lisa to evaluate John. Over to you, Lisa.
Okay. So I just want
Lisa,
yeah.
would you like to maybe do the timer?
Sure. Can I just confirm before we start that this is a 2 to 3 minute speech about the speaker or an evaluation about the speaker?
Correct.
Yes.
Right, because the other ones fell short, so I wasn't sure if you did it differently. So that's fine. So give me a second just to, there you go, John. So I'm going to uncover, all right. Okay. Hi. So it's nice seeing you right there. I like the way they double screen this. So your speech was absolutely amazing. And I hate it when people say that because it seems like I'm not going to be critical of your speech, but as a DTM, I certainly will be. And what I want to say is that right away, you made me interested and I felt your energy and your presence. And it just seemed that you were in control of the stage and had a lot of information to share. I noticed that you had great gestures and just a great presence. Your energy fills the stage and it made me really pulled in and want to listen to you even more. I love that you said that you were not going to use the terminology that was being used in the pathway exercise, because that's really not what it's all about. What it's really all about is interpreting the world and your leadership style in a way that works for you. And that's exactly what you did. I feel like I really, for lack of a better word, smeared your title. If you had had commas in it, I think I would have stopped in between each word and understood what I was saying. So I really felt uncomfortable with my own interpretation of your title. I loved it, and I didn't mean to be unmuted at that point. I loved it when you shared right away your 3 categories and then went over each category one by one. And you pointed out that Slick Willy was really not a nasty term, which is somehow how us New Yorkers might interpret it. And the nice guy and the smash mouth, I love the use of the questioning all the way through it. In fact, the question you asked at the end, how is it applied, was exactly the question that I had on my mind when you said that, because you were coming to the end and I didn't really feel at that point that you had explained how these three different characters came together to form your own leadership style. I think that it might have been better use of your time had you gotten to that sooner. And I noticed in my notes I was speeding up and still not able to get your 3 points of what your leadership style were, or is. But I love the holistic approach. I love the structure and your energy. The thing you might want to do to challenge yourself is when you're listing the 3 categories, I really like it when a speaker tells me the whole outline for your speech, because then I know that yours is going to be expressed at some point, and I'm not sitting there wondering when is he pulling his own style in. Great speech, loved your enthusiasm, and I'm looking forward to following your speech trajectory. I don't see a DTM after your name, but I believe that you're well on your way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Now may I call upon Lisa again to share the timer report.
I don't know how long mine was, but it seemed like I was within time. Let me start at the beginning. Okay, wait a second. I'm sorry. It was a lot of work you guys had me do tonight, but what a pleasure in being here. So I'm sorry I'm not going to be saying these names right. But Rahamath 645, Kartik was at 438. So it really fell short of being an acceptable time limit. John, you were exactly at 729. So that was perfect. I'm sure you all know that you get a 30-second grace period. On the table topics, everyone was within the exact timing except for Arthur, who you gave a great table topic, but it was a little over at 2:36. And on the evaluations, as I had mentioned earlier, they were really considerably under. In Shahaz's situation, I can appreciate that. It was hard to judge what we were seeing. But Guillermo, it would have been nice if yours had been a little bit longer and included more detail. You came in at 1 minute and 10 seconds on what we normally have as a 2-minute speech. So thank you. This was really fun. I'm glad I came. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa, for doing the dual role of timer and the evaluator today, and that too at a short notice. Coming back to the topic of Diwali, the day 3 is the biggest of Diwali, is the main festival, which we from Rajasthan celebrate it as Lakshmi Puja, and it is of great significance for all the business communities, as it is the day where we in olden times used to start a new books of accounts, or beginning of the new financial year was considered, and it was also in line with the harvest season. So there were a lot of we celebrate by offering a lot of food to the goddess. We celebrate by lighting the lamps. There is a lot of firecrackers, celebrating all the prosperity that we've been blessed with in the last year, and requesting the goddess to bless us with a lot of fulfillment of all our desires. We plan we personally, I take a resolve of what I want to achieve in the next year before the next Diwali, what I would work on to achieve in the coming year, and thank God for what I have been able to in the last year. And the next day is called Govardhan Puja. On that day, it is also considered as the new year in various parts of India. It is also considered as the day where we celebrate Ankut. Ankut is a festival where there is a meal that is prepared with about 36 different dishes, and we invite the society, family, and friends to enjoy the meal together with us. And it signifies that the importance of good health, good food, and we thank nature for all the blessings that they gave us. Culturally, it is also the day where it is said that there was once a thunderstorm, and the Lord Krishna, or Lord Krishna, who is a Vishnu avatar, had held the entire mountain on his little finger to protect the country, or the netizens from the thunderstorm that was being hailed on. And he had also provided food while holding the mountain on his head finger. He also ensured that the people he was protecting were blessed with and survived that entire period of the wilderness thunder. The next day, like Milind said, which is today, we are celebrating Bhai Dooj. On Bhai Dooj, it is a festival where women invite their brothers, his family, to their homes, and they apply vermilion on their forehead and this signifies a lot of blessing for well wishes for the family. This is an event where the families get together. Personally, I really enjoy it because I get a lot of gifts from my brother in return for all the blessings that we get. And it's a lot of food, it's a lot of family time, it's a lot of enjoyment together. There is also, through the week, there are a lot of events where we keep meeting each other. uh, there's an event called as Notni, where the son-in-laws are invited home, and it's an annual event for sure, where they are treated very royally with all the good food, and there's a lot of blessings from the elders. There's a lot of laughter, a lot of light, a lot of blessings, a lot of prosperity. That is how we celebrate Diwali. I hope I've been able to give a flavor of Diwali to all of you through this event, and hope all of you enjoyed it. I really loved uh, the session where we had of the Toastmasters of the day, asking the theme, the table topic master talking about the various Diwali or festivities in various countries. Thank you so much. Over to you, presiding officer, for conclusion.
Thank you so much, Ekta, for coordinating with a lot of efforts, a lot of stories. You brought a different dimension to the festival of Diwali, and thanks to Dr. Mary Thomas for organizing this meeting and coming up with this idea of celebrating Diwali. So big kudos to Mary for always coming out with innovative suggestions to have interesting meeting with different people from around the globe. And that background created an impact. I never thought about having a similar background for all of us, so that the sense of festival will come instantly in our mind. But that created a good impact. It's so good to see, if you see in the gallery, all of us having the same background. It creates a beautiful impact, and I feel like we are celebrating Diwali once again after 2 days of celebration, which we celebrate.
Ramon, we should take a picture of all of us with the backgrounds. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And thanks to all the role players, especially to Lisa for taking up the role at the last minute. So of course, we overburden you with a lot of roles, but it is the way we are getting good services from an experienced Toastmaster, and we are sure that we can depend on you on any time. And thanks, a special thanks to you, Lisa, for being our timer, evaluator, and whatnot for today's meeting.
Thank you
And
so much.
I'm sure that all of you have enjoyed. We had 3 good speeches, inspirational speeches about leadership, festival, and festivities. Very interesting table topics. We celebrated Diwali with a comparison of different festival from different parts of the world. It was what happened in Ireland, in China, in Gift, and it was a memorable meeting altogether. And I'm sure that all of you have enjoyed the meeting. We are dot 8:30 Indian Standard Time. That is 1 hour 30 minutes. It is the normal timing of our meeting, and I'm good to. Shakil raised his hand. Shakil, you want to share something with us? Any feedback? Guest feedback?
Just I would like to share only 2 little things. First, happy Diwali to all the participants celebrating it, and just see my background. As I want to share with you. This is actually a city of Mithi in the Thar Desert in Pakistan, Sindh.
Okay.
So just see the lighting at the time of Diwali there. It's you will be surprised to know it's a Hindu community majority city in the Pakistan. The MNA or MLA from that city is directly elected on the general seat. So just see the celebrations here in Pakistan as well. It's a city of Diwali, you can say as well. Just to share this with you. My background.
That's really very so nice. And I remember a quote by one of our freedom fighters. It is a pre-independence. He said the unity of India may be thinner than air, but it is stronger than steel. So while you are showing this picture, I really feel like we are one community, single community. We celebrate, we share the same culture, and we celebrate the same festivals, and we think alike. It is good to see all of us together in one single platform and celebrating Diwali with the spirit, with the fun, the furor, everything. With these words, let me officially close today's meeting.